Good morning, Cypress Village residents. My name is Ty Morgan, Executive Director. Today is Friday, June 30th, and welcome to Coffee Chat. Thanks for tuning in. We're glad that you're with us, and we've got a lot of information we'll share with you, and I will close it out as usual. But again, good morning to all, and thanks for being here. Bye-bye.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Coffee Chat. Welcome to the maintenance department section. A couple updates. First off, the elevators, they've been working for a week now, knock on wood. We are still engaged with two other companies, ThyssenKrupp and Otis. They've both been out now, and I'm waiting on their bids on if it's not feasible to change over to get away from Mallory. So we're waiting on those bids to come in. They both told me it would be a couple weeks because there's a lot of extensive background they got to get to and figure out what parts would have to be changed that were proprietary to Mallory. So that's all in process now, and hopefully it'll be in the next week or two we'll have an answer to that. Both corporate bosses are involved, and we're really looking into it. Tree Amigos, their bush trimming is looking really good. I'm trying to get Ray in here, but Thursday's a bad day, and that's the day we always film for Coffee Chat, so I'm going to line it up for next week, and he'll be here to explain. But we're getting there. Everything's looking really good lately, so I have some tweaks, like I'm still getting complaints about the flower beds not getting edged correctly and stuff like that, so we are tweaking it. I am working on them for the stuff that's over 10 feet or higher. I've explained to them that they weren't 10 feet until they ignored it. So it is their responsibility. So we are working on getting that done in the next couple weeks. If you have one specifically that is taller than it should be and you want it trimmed, please get to Josh or my new guy Tim, who is starting, and we'll be introducing him in a couple minutes. Believe it or not, CJ actually came back for Thursday and Friday this week just to give Tim some good training, so we're very thankful again to her. And with that, I'd like to introduce the new supervisor for transportation and maintenance is Tim Curtis.
Greetings. Obviously, my name's Tim Curtis. I'm extremely grateful to have CJ's transitioning. I come from a background of 15 years of corporate distribution experience, several years of real estate, and I have 11, 12, almost 14 years now, 13, in driving for retirement communities, worked into scheduling, so basically overall transportation. That factored in with my corporate background, I think will make me a suitable candidate to serve you all. Thank you.
So we're really looking forward for Tim to get started. Obviously, having CJ back to train him is going to help out. Josh is always going to be there, and Dean is obviously still going to be around to help, and he's been great while CJ's been gone. Big shout out to Dean for stepping up in place of CJ while she's been out and before Tim got here. So thank you very much, Dean. That's all we got this week. Have a great weekend.
Hi everybody, it's Natalie with Housekeeping. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and wonderful 4th of July is coming. We will have a few housekeepers here, but it's not going to be full service. So if you absolutely have to have it on the 4th of July, call the office, let me know. I'll be glad to make sure somebody comes to your apartment. We have new towels ordered for the gym because the other ones just keep disappearing. So if you happen to have one or two in your apartment or house, please return them so we have adequate towels for the gym. And the other ones that are coming in, please leave in the gym so we can keep having them for you. I know we love to have them, but if they're not there, it takes me time to order them to replace them. So it is what it is on that. I apologize. I don't really have too much else to say because everybody's a good sport here and we're all happy. Just want everybody to know that one of our best housekeepers, Carla, it's her birthday on Friday. So if you see her in the halls, be sure to wish her happy birthday because it makes everything so much better when you feel appreciated. Everyone have a great day and we'll see you around the village.
Good morning, Cypress Village. Once again, it's your friendly IHS Director, Dawn Epstein here. Just wanted to remind you that we do have custom birthday packages available. If you know someone that's having a birthday coming up and want to surprise them, reach out to us. We can put together a custom package for them. We are also able to assist with your transportation needs. So we do have some drivers on staff now that can assist with that. So reach out to us if you have any shopping, doctor's appointments, and things like that that you would like some assistance with. As always, we assist with med management, so we can always help with that. I am going to focus in July on fall prevention. The ambulance fire trucks have come in way too often, so I really think we need to work on fall prevention. So I am going to have a discussion along with some home health physical therapist and an occupational therapist in July over in the Wellness Center. So look for these little invitations that are going to come out next week. It'll be towards the end of July, but we will have refreshments as well. So we're going to focus on fall prevention for you too and see how we may be able to help. So I hope you have a great weekend. And again, if you just want to pop in, if you have any ideas, come say hi or pre-register for any services, just come see us. Have a great weekend.
All right. Hi, Cypress Village residents. It's Chrissy from Wellness. I hope everyone's doing well. Just a few announcements for the week of the 4th of July. So we have Guardian Pharmacy will be in the Wellness Center on Monday and Wednesday from 9 to 12. The medication cycle for this Wednesday, July 5th, will be Tower A and Houses. So anybody who has their cycle, please come down in the Wellness Center on Wednesday, July 5th, and pick up your medication. We have the independent living healthcare communication consent forms went out with the newest, with the latest newsletter. A lot of people have been turning them in, so thank you very much for doing those. I did set up like a little drop area right outside my office in the Wellness Center in D147. The Wellness Center is unlocked at any time, so come by and just drop it in the basket. Face down, please, and I will pick those up daily, so you can come down anytime and do that. Also, we have a UNF research intern, Alyssa DeTrio. She will be presenting on healthy sleep and aging on Thursday, July 6th at 10:30 in Egret Hall. Part of our team also will be providing glucose and blood pressure monitoring checks following the presentation. So please make sure you try to come by and see the presentation and get some free monitoring. We'll have light refreshments, no sign up required. And lastly, we're working on the new podiatrist, and we'll be having hopefully some new information next week. But in the meantime, if you need to, Dr. Makoff is here the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Monday. Just call me at 807-6221, and I can get you an appointment. So thank you, Cypress Village residents. Stay happy, stay well.
Good morning, villagers. Lisa Drew, your CLS Director, coming to you from Ty's office. We are at the last Friday in June. By the time you see this, we can all say tomorrow will be July 1st. So I have a few updates for you before we get into next week. The first is for Clothing 911. That has proved to be so much more popular even than I thought it would be. So we've instituted some guidelines to make it a little easier for you, for her, for us, and more enjoyable all the way around. Those guidelines are going to be printed in the newsletter, which you should have already. They're going to be delivered the evening of the 29th, so that would have been yesterday. So check your mailbox if you haven't already. So those guidelines will be in there, and then I will be sending out, I will email out those guidelines and the new form that you will fill out for your close. Her next visit is next Thursday, first Thursday of every month. So that's that. Clothing 911. I'm really glad that you guys are appreciating that and taking advantage of it. The next thing is I mentioned briefly last week about our new program called Fit Minds. This is a brain fitness training that we will do weekly, will be facilitated by yours truly. And more information about that will be in the newsletter, but also Becky has some handouts with her here today at Coffee Chat. So be sure you get one of those from her before you leave today to go back to your day. Then a reminder that the monthly birthday bash will be moved to the Veterans Lobby. So that's where we're going to have it now, because we think that'll be a little bit more fun and not so out of the way as Egret Hall. Okay, so let's get into it. Tomorrow is, oh, sorry, I forgot, it's Friday. Tomorrow is July 1st, and we've got water aerobics. I don't know if the croquet group is going to be out there, but Marsha Green will be doing her Qigong and Tai Chi for balance. That has already proven to be a very popular class. And tomorrow is game day. This month we have game day on the 1st, the 15th, and the 29th. You get 3 game days this month. Then next week, of course, the 3rd, a lot of people are going to be off for the long weekend because Tuesday is July 4th, and you know that means the annual golf cart parade. So I hope you're all getting your golf carts ready to be decorated. We've got donuts. I actually got some live music. That will be from 8:30 to 9:30. We're going to meet up in front of the main entrance. All the golf carts will line up. We'll have some coffee, donuts, take a bunch of pictures, then we'll go out for a parade around the community. So make sure you come with your golf cart or just come to look and enjoy the festivities. I believe that July 4th is also a 1-meal day. So I'm sure the kitchen is cooking up something very wonderful for that. So that brings us to Wednesday the 5th, and that is going to be our first workshop for Fit Minds. That will be at 2:30 in the OMR, and I will be there, and I encourage as many of you to come as would like to, because we're all going to do it together. And also on the 5th, we have our first out to lunch. We're going to Mavi, and that will leave Veterans Lobby at 11:30. Then on the 6th, on Thursday, we have a sleep and aging presentation by a young intern at UNF who would like to present some of her findings to you and help you achieve that very important but elusive thing called a good night's sleep. And then, of course, the 6th is Annette will be back for Clothing 911. Just to, in a nutshell, 3 items per household. First item is free if she can do it on the premises. The second and third, you will arrange with her to, and that'll be priced accordingly. She does ask that you pay in advance with cash. That way she doesn't have to try to track you down if you forget to come and pick up your clothes. So come on down. We'll help you get squared away with all of your clothing repair and alteration needs. And then on the 7th, several of you have asked for Petunia Patch to come back. So Peggy Johnson, the owner of Petunia Patch, will be doing a pop-up shop. We lost our connection to Cottonways on Amelia Island, So we've reached out to Peggy, and she is going to come in and do a trunk show for you in the main lobby on Friday the 7th. And if any of you are interested in doing a fashion show, she said she'd be happy to talk to you at some point and plan that for the future. And that's basically it. Oh, one other thing for all of you fitness outing enthusiasts, we have a kayaking trip next Saturday, the 8th, to Huguenot Park. It's a limit of 8. So if you want to go kayaking in beautiful Huguenot Park up on Amelia Island, sign up for that as soon as you can. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll see you around the village.
All right, hello everybody. It's me again, Hector Gonzalez, your dining director, coming from Ty Morgan's office. The sun is shining. It's hot as crap out there today, but I've got a couple updates. Many of you may have noticed we have instituted an ice cream menu in Middleton's. During dining hours, we ask that you make a selection from the ice cream menu. Your server will bring it to your table for you. We're going to vary some of those options as we go along. We started out with where we are right now, and then we'll continue to move through them. Obviously, the drumsticks were the most popular because they disappeared in 2 days. But I think this is a good option until we get our freezer fixed. And I apologize for the freezer. It's parts, it's everything that you hear from repairs these days. I said, there's nothing I can do to make it faster. And Dave's racking his brain the same as I am on this ice cream freezer. So this is at least a solution until we get to where we want to be. But we do ask that it's one per resident, and it is during dining hours only. 4th of July is a 1 meal a day, so 11 to 3. 4th of July happens to be one of our busiest holidays around here, so we are going to open up some further seating to accommodate. But if you do have a party of 5 or more, contact Lindsay. Her number is 904-807-6134. That's really all the updates that I have for you today. Have a great weekend, and have a happy 4th of July. See you then. Bye.
Hello, Cypress Village. This is Laurel Mundell, Director of Administrative Services. For the Cypress Village app, I actually had a meeting just this week where we're actually starting to build the infrastructure of the app, and I just wanted to let you all know that I'm doing my best to have it as similar to the previous or existing Cypress Village app as possible, where I'm really going to be able to just transfer how we have everything, how we have the sections organized into the Touchtown equivalent of what we already have. So the goal is to make the transition as simple as possible to navigate by keeping the location of the resources under the same tile name at the very least. At this point, the biggest differences between the existing app and the new one will be the look of the icons and then how the residents will end up accessing the app. But more information for that is on its way. When I spoke to the project manager, she and I both agree that we're looking at approximately a 60-day timeline in terms of having the integration complete to the point of people at least being able to test it, if not become fully live. So leading up to that, as things become more solidified, I'll do some features on what some of the things are that offers there, and then how to navigate on Coffee Chat, so that those of you who aren't familiar with apps at all could benefit from this as well. I want to give a special shout out to Harry Hungate and Jane Lothrop. They were featured on a Facebook page about completing the loop. So I'll throw their picture up on here, but they have taken their Nordic Tug 32 that they call Bessie around and completed the loop. And I'm sure they have a lot of cool stories to tell, and it was neat to have them featured on Facebook. So once they're home, maybe we can get a little bit of an interview or a segment of them explaining their journey and any of the fun stories that they might have had along the way. But very cool to see their smiling faces show up on the Facebook feed. And so I went ahead and shared it on our community Facebook as well, so you could see. I've had a few people ask about, I'm on activities list, but I'm not on your distribution list, or I'm missing this and that. And I just want to quell any rumor out there. There is only one list. There is not, each department doesn't have their own list. We don't have different operating systems and things like that. It's all the same directory that concierge is overseeing, is managing. So if you are missing anything from your email, or if you're not getting text messages, please start with confirming that your information is there in the resident directory that concierge oversees. So either call the concierge, email them, concierge@cypressvillageretirement.com, or of course go visit them in person and just confirm the details that they have there. That was step one. Step two would be check your junk email or check your spam, just to make sure that anything that Activities is sending out, or any of the rest of us, isn't ending up on accident in your junk or spam. So those would be my two pieces of advice for you. So there's only one list for distributions. And then next week, actually, on July 7th, I'll be out starting July 4th on to July 7th. So I will not be here to record the directors and edit. And since it's a short week, typically it's kind of hard to get updates during that week anyway. So we're not going to have a virtual episode of Coffee Chat. However, we will still meet and gather in person for Coffee Chat in Egret Hall at 9 a.m. So there will not be anything on channel 266. There will not be a YouTube link. There will not be a showing in Egret Hall, but there will be live directors. We're going to do it old school, like how we did before COVID, where the select directors will be there with a microphone, eating sticky buns and having coffee with you, and then mingling, telling you some of the updates that are going on in their community, in their department. So if you would like to mingle with some staff and some leaders and hearing from them personally, this is a great time to ask them any questions you have, get any feedback, throw out some ideas. If there's anything that you've been thinking about, this is an excellent time to do that. So 9 a.m. next week will be in person only, no virtual recording of Coffee Chat. So I want to make sure everybody knows that. There will still be a weekly update going out that week. So anything that the directors were talking about, they'll send to Lisa for her to put together so that she can still send out a written version of some of the updates that they chat about. But I just want to let you know, we're going back to the old school Coffee Chat for just 1 week, and that's going to be July 7th again. So tell your friends if they didn't catch the episode today. All right, that's all that I have for you this week, and I hope you have a great 4th of July, and I'll see you when I get back.
All right, I'm back, and I hope everybody is enjoying today's episode. That is our ultimate goal here at Coffee Chat, as all of you know. First thing I just wanted to touch on was last week at Coffee Chat, we had a very nice surprise and a special guest. Our very own Katie Amador was here with her two lovely new twins, Pedro and Sophia. That was the first time I got to see them, but all of my colleagues were hogging all the time to hold them, so I didn't get a chance to actually squeeze on those little guys. But it was really good to see Katie. She looks great. She's doing well. Kids look great. It was so nice to see the residents and Katie and everybody just getting together as a big family. I really, really like to see that. So again, all of you that showed up to Coffee Chat, thank you very much for doing that and coming out to see Katie. So maybe we'll get one more special appearance before she returns. But many residents ask me, when is Katie due to come back? The answer to that is we are currently scheduled to have her return on July 24th. Wake up time. July 24th, Katie will be back in her role. So we're looking forward to that. We're just a little bit over 3 weeks away, counting the days, minutes, seconds. So more to come on Katie, but it was really nice to see her. Next, I just wanted to mention to all the residents, we will not have virtual Coffee Chat next week. I know everybody's upset, so don't get too upset, because here's the good news. Good news is we're going to do Coffee Chat in person next week. Laurel is going to be out, so we don't have any choreography, production, multimedia skills. So we are going to just, I guess, freelance it the best we can in Egret Hall next week, next Friday at 9 a.m. So please come out and support Chat and get a little cup of coffee, fresh fruit, and sticky bun. and enjoy some camaraderie. So again, next week, Coffee Chat is in person. Real quick on the elevators, I'm actually filming before Dave, so I'm not exactly sure how much detail he will get into, but I did want all of our residents to know, as I had mentioned in the letter that went out, I want to keep you very apprised of what's going on with the elevators. Not much to report week over week, other than it does appear that they are currently operable. I don't want to jinx us. We have had Thyssen-Krupp as one of our CPS vendors, as well as Otis Elevators out here. Over the course of the last week, they are going to put together a proposal to us on basically retrofitting the units themselves, and then what that contractual maintenance agreement looks like. So more to come. As I get it, I will provide it. Also, update on the train room. We, believe it or not, still have not got final approval on everything. One thing I can inform residents, and you're going to see it probably prior to next coffee chat, or actually next coffee chat prior to the work starting, but they are in the interim going to at least put the train room back together so it does not look like a construction zone. So that will happen. I think it's scheduled around July 10th or 11th. So more to come on that. Silver Salons is opening their doors the same time mid next week. I'm thinking around the 6th. Still waiting on a final date for that, but Silver Salons will be our new beauty salon and spa provider. Very excited about having them on board with us. Next week, 4th of July holiday, we have the, I'll say, famous golf cart parade here at Cypress Village. So if you've got a golf cart or you've got some neighbors, let's get into the festivities. Let's celebrate our nation's birthday and have a really good time and competition at the same time. So again, next week, 4th of July, we've got the golf cart event here at Cypress Village. And I think that's really about it for me. I'm going to sign off, but again, thank you all for tuning in today. And I'm going to wrap it up with birthdays. And we have one birthday gal out there in Cypress Village today, and that's Miss Betty Schneider. I think I've wished her a happy birthday the last 3 coffee chats in a row. But Betty, happy birthday to you today, and this will be the last one for this year. On the 1st, we have 6, 7 birthday villagers out there. So everybody pay attention, get your pencils out. On the 1st of July, we have Miss Jean Schrader. Jean, happy birthday. Mary Ann Snodgrass, Laverne Kath, Stuart Pinsoff, Ed Saginzi, I can't pronounce it. Everybody knows Ed, our bartender resident who's recently retired, but thanks for all the help, Ed. Mr. George Feltz and Mr. Ed Burnell. Wow. That's a lot of birthdays. That could be the most birthdays on one day in the village. We have no birthdays on the 2nd, miraculously. So on the 3rd, we have several. We've got Miss Helen Balsbaugh. Happy birthday, Helen. Miss Betty Kamey. Miss Carolyn Bourne. Carolyn, happy birthday to you. Miss Sarada and Miss Sarah Meredith. So happy birthday to all you ladies. On the 4th, we've got one birthday boy, and that's my golf buddy, Mr. Jim Kennedy. On the 5th, we've got Kay Sarapa, only one birthday on the 5th, and I am going to cut it off on the 6th. And we've only got one birthday gal out there on the 6th, and that's Judith Kurtz. Happy birthday to you, Judy. Well, residents, that is going to wrap up another version of Virtual Coffee Chat. Thanks again for signing in. Have a great Friday, great weekend, and God bless you all. Take care.
Okay. Ooh. Good morning.
I used to have the thickest freaking hair you've ever seen in your life, and no baldness runs in my family at all. My grandmother, who's about this tall, is the only one with like thinning hair. I got her. What are the chances? All right.
They did lose a bunch of workers to E-Verify the other day. So after they got raided by INS, I can't say that. We got to cut that out. I had to say it though.
I don't know.
I'm just not going to bring it up.